Hello! Welcome to video 1 of our mini course here at AvoidBeingAudited.com. Knowledge is Power. I'm Matthew Anderson of Avoid Being Audited and Solence Tax and Accounting. I work with some amazing accountants, and my job is to take all the difficult tax jargon from our accountants and turn it into plain English. I'm happy to be here, and I'm excited to be sharing this knowledge with you. These videos are all about knowledge and how knowledge is power. And let me assure you, if I can understand all this stuff, so can you. I want you to take a minute and think about tests in school. In fact, imagine you're back in school. It's the end of the year and you're facing several end-of-year tests. They're cumulative, meaning that they sum up everything you've learned at school that year. How did you approach these tests? Intense study and cram sessions at the last minute? Or did you study all year and prepare yourself for these tests? Maybe a mixture of both? I have no doubt that you've experienced both sides of this test-taking experience. How did each make you feel? Last-minute cram sessions aren't exactly the best stress-relieving approach, are they? Going into a test prepared, knowing you understand the material, may be a little nerve-wracking. It is a test, but I bet you feel 100 times more confident in yourself compared to when you crammed for a test. Well, dealing with the IRS can be a lot like the anxiety of taking a test, only maybe times a million. It is really difficult to describe the fear and anxiety that accompanies dealing with the IRS. And you know what? People are always going to be afraid of the IRS because they are an authoritative figure. They hold a reputation for seizing property and bank accounts if you don't pay your taxes, and in some cases, they still do these things. But the biggest reason so many people are afraid of the IRS is the complexity of the tax system. The tax code, the book where all the tax laws and rules are kept, is one giant book that is not exactly easy or fun reading. Yes, the IRS has provided people with a lot of information, but because everything is so complicated, the general public still struggles with knowing what deductions are available to them. Thus, the birth of the professional tax preparer, the few people who learn the rules and try to help people save on their taxes. This is a nice solution to everyone having to learn the tax code, but now people are ignorant of the tax laws and they have a middleman making decisions for them, leaving them even more vulnerable because they don't know if their tax preparer is doing everything correctly, and they don't know how to defend themselves if the IRS audits them. So, this system has essentially left people ignorant and vulnerable. It's no wonder people are so afraid of the IRS. Now, if you have ever been burned by a tax preparer, you know that this is not the best system. Whether you've been overcharged for tax preparation, or had an accountant enter your information wrong and been audited, or even been cheated out of a refund, I think you can agree that there has to be a way to improve this system. And you know what? There is. The secret is having your own working knowledge of tax deductions. Now, before you groan in potential pain, yes, it is possible. Yes, you can understand the tax deductions that apply to you. You don't need an accounting degree. You don't even need to do the taxes yourself. But you do need to know what options are available so you can give your tax preparer as much information as possible so they can help you avoid paying excess tax, which means you're keeping your hard-earned money. Help your tax preparer help you save money. Learning about taxes might seem like a huge and possibly boring task, but it's not as bad as you think. You just need the right tools. This mini course is going to get you started on a path to gaining your own working knowledge of the tax system. Let's start with the number one thing you need to know to start taking control of your tax situation. Here it is. Taxes can be treated like an expense. Okay, taxes can be treated as an expense. What does that mean? Think about your finances. Every time you spend money, you create an expense. And when you spend money, you have options. You can buy name brand and spend more, or you can go generic and pay less. You can wait for a sale, or you can pay full retail. The point is, you have some control over how much you will spend. So, how does this relate to taxes? Well, it's very similar. When you pay taxes, you're basically spending your money on taxes. I know, that's kind of lame. But what people don't realize is that you can choose how much you are going to pay. Now let's be clear. The IRS does require that you pay so much in taxes, which is determined by your income or how much you make in a year. But if you have knowledge of the tax deductions, you can reduce that income and reduce the taxes you pay. You can also increase the amount you pay. It's all about deciding how much you want to pay to best fit your current situation. And since you will know that the deductions you are making are 100% legitimate, you won't need to be afraid of an audit because you will know that you have done things correctly. Just like our test analogy at the beginning of this video, you might be a little nervous, but you can go into an audit prepared and confident. Talk about power, right? I hope you've enjoyed this first installment of our mini course on how to avoid being audited while saving money on your taxes. We have 3 more videos that are filled with a lot of information about how to avoid being audited. In these videos, we are going to bring in actual accountants who will tell you about the red flags the IRS looks for, how to defend your deductions in an audit, and they're going to give you the secrets to how the IRS works when it comes to audits and taxes. If you would rather just jump into some more in-depth information, you can purchase our full 12 CD course that is going to give you the knowledge you need to avoid being audited and avoid paying excess taxes. Also, for a limited time, we are going to be selling each CD individually. So if you want to learn a little more about one topic, you can purchase that one CD. You can find information about these CDs by clicking on Buy Now or Learn More, or by simply going to our products page. Thank you for watching. Enter your email below to gain access to the next video, Know the Red Flags.